So now part two, we're just going to finish working on the face here. And don't want to make too much detail in the face because it's kind of a small section. But I'm putting a pupil here and a pupil there. And I'm going to just make a little eraser mark. Highlight of the eyes. And once again, I'm using Bristol paper. Highly recommend it. And then I'm just going to shade the mark in for the war paint. And it kind of curves and then it goes down. Curves out a little more here. Bristol paper is great. It's very smooth, great to work on. You can make good lines. So that's the top part. And then let's finish up. Hopefully I'll finish without making part three. Pectoral muscles, just follow these simple muscles. The pectorals kind of have lines usually coming out. Just like that, they have a couple lines. And this is fun. This is amazing. Like I said from the tip in the beginning, try this. Just get some powdered graphite or take your pencil and seriously just go about and shade everything. And then you can make these cool effects. Ooh, I love this. I love drawing like this because when you draw with the background that's already messy, you just go at it and it looks so good. Everything looks good. So you want to make the little, can I say nipple? I don't know if I can say nipple on camera. But that's what you want to make, the little nipple there and the little nipple there. And then there's a section, the anatomy that'll come in here. You have the anatomy. And these muscles, they kind of overlap like little fish gills almost. And then make a line coming down for his stomach. Abdominal muscles. I usually don't flesh out abs too much because you don't want them to look, I guess, goofy you could say, but you want to do it enough so you can see it. But he's got this huge ass scar right here. This scar comes up. And just make it look like a scar. Have some lines coming out. Couple lines. Then the abdominal muscles. Just make a few muscles that kind of arch upward. And not, like I said, you don't want to make it too, stand out too much, but just enough. And I love drawing torsos and things, so this was a blast to do. So just like that. And then of course you want to make the big other mark, and it kind of goes right here, darken, goes over the trapezes, over this, comes in, and curves all the way down to the side. So it just goes up and it gets very wide at the pectoral. I mean, this is the signature mark. This is kind of what I meant before when I was saying, you know, when you remember anatomy, you remember things, but you need to look at references. Like if I did this from memory, I wouldn't know to put this mark here because I never really looked at him before. So that's why I'm using it, because now I know to make that mark. And then just cross hatch it in. And then the mark comes over the deltoid here and kind of just wraps around and goes on back. And then just make that mark. Kind of like that. So far that's the upper part. And real quick, we'll do the arms. Nothing too fancy, but just basic bicep form, you know, muscle here. And make a really large line. These gauntlets. And then another gauntlet here. And they have chains. So real quickly, I'm just going to sketch a bunch of little lines. I'm not going to take too much time because I want to finish it. But just doing chains. To do chains, fairly simple. You know, just do a lot of crisscrossing, overlapping. You just have to make sure where you're making the lines, you don't block off other chains. And you kind of get in a rhythm to doing it. You can make it really look good just by taking your time. That's a big thing. Really with chains, just take your time. I'm not going to take too much in it, but just do that. And then under it, he has the gauntlets, like or the gloves or whatever, and they come down, and then of course his thumb is here, the hand, and he's got these huge ass blades. And one of them, this one you'll make coming forward, so it'll be like that. I'm just going to sketch it. And they have huge teeth, and this is kind of what foreshortening is. And you can kind of get a feel. See how it's coming out, kind of. And then for this one, I'll just leave this one without a blade. I don't have enough time, but follow the basic anatomy. Lines are amazing. You can make amazing lines. I'm making his fist here. These other things, I'm putting lines in for the, just the knuckles and things, then follow it up. That's how that looks. I got about 4 minutes. And so far, you know, that's Kratos right there. He's got the marks, got the body, and then very important, this is another feature that's an important feature, is you want to make this pattern. It almost zigzags up, down, up, down. Just this little zigzag pattern for the belt here. And he's got this. And just make an erase line so you can kind of tell that's something else going on. And here's another awesome thing. When you use this paper, or when you do the powdered graphite on the back, you can erase marks and it gives highlights, and it's really a cool effect. Then now I'm just making these couple of marks where the undergarment comes out, and then the leg muscle. This is the leg coming out, and same thing. On the cloth, make these two lines go up on the cloth like that. And then do same thing, there's those zigzag patterns. Goes up in, and then these are thicker. And it's just enjoyable doing sketches. Because when you do a sketch, you know, you don't want to, you want to capture the finished drawing, but you're also making it so it's a sketch, so it's got that sketchy feel, you know, that's what's fun. But there you go, there's that part. And real quick, the cloth coming in. Just going to add a couple more marks here and there, just to flesh it out. More on the glove here. Then on the sword. And I guess I'm gonna finish up with a few more things. But there's the sword, the belt, the face. And final vein, and then we'll be finished. I'm just going to use my eraser and make some highlight marks on the areas I feel like could be a little more highlighted. Because, you know, I'm using a darker thing. And so I'll do that, and then we should be done. So the final part, I'm just going to use the eraser. I'm going to make a highlight here on the deltoid, couple here, and I'm going to make them, don't want them to be smooth, I want them to be sketchy. So I'm using the tip of the eraser, and this is why I love using powder graphite, because you can make very cool effects. If you ever seen other artists do this, really amazing. Then I'm going to do on the head here, because there's I'm making the highlight coming in from this way. So highlight there, highlight on the nose. And it is absolutely remarkable what these little lines do. Like this, my goal with this was to make it look like a Greek, a Greek mosaic or something you see on the wall. And so I'm very happy of all the drawings I've done. This is probably my favorite because I was just inspired to go with the flow, not worry about doing things, capturing every little detail in terms of a character, but just to show you how I draw and what I use for a reference, just to teach you. Because someone asked me, one of the subscribers asked, how do you draw each one? And so I figured I'd give them a better answer in this video too, so they understand. And all I'll do is make a couple of marks. And there you go. I'd say, that's pretty much it right now. I'd say it's finished. And once again, I've said it millions of times, but you don't ever want to overwork your drawing. So stop the sketch when you feel like you're done. And there you go. There's Kratos. And please subscribe. Give me feedback. Let me know what other characters you want to see drawing. I've been drawing a lot lately, and I'm loving it. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh man, I'm loving drawing lately. But just let me know, and thanks everyone for the support. I appreciate it.